Hello and welcome to this episode. So today I will cover 5 tools that will do scraping for you. Now, not all scraping tools are created equally. So I will start with something that could be surprising for some, and then I will cover 3 that are based on API setup, so API calls basically. 2 of them are already integrated into Zapier, at least my tool of choice when it comes to automations. And we're going to demo one of them at least to keep this video short and sweet, but the concepts are the same. And the last one, and if you stick to the end, I'll tell you the one I chose, and it's the one I use in all my automations that I mentioned. So with this, let's just get right into it. The reason you are looking at ChatGPT right now, because it's our first tool. Some of you might know, but many I'm sure are surprised. So it has browsing ability. The ChatGPT 4 Turbo, 4.0, all these advanced models have the ability to go to the internet. Now, for the most part, this is something limited to the Plus users, but it's definitely one of the areas where for many will make the $20 per month worth it. Now, this can be used for simple tasks. So it's not something that you use for serious scraping. So before we run the prompt, I just want to show you, this is the blog on my website. If you didn't visit, you can visit. It has lots of useful things. So it's basically unlocking the secrets of AI detection, your gateway to the future. So let's go back to ChatGPT, and I simply am asking it, give me a summary of the below. And then I only provide the link. Let's see what it comes back with. So you can see it's browsing the website, searching, and then the blog post, unlock the secrets of AI detection, your gateway to the future. So it read it, and it gave a 1-paragraph summary of the content with a link back to the blog. So for most people, this could be good enough. And by the way, you can ask follow-up questions. So it read the content, remember that. So you can ask it to elaborate, break it down. You can do a lot without actually reading the blog. And probably this will be more than enough for the majority of people. Now, if you want more out of your scraping, let's go to the more serious tools. Okay, so the first tool is RapidAPI. And basically RapidAPI is a hub where you can have many people who are offering API endpoints that some of them are free, some of them are private, some of them are public. Many of them are paid as well. So you can go here and search for the API that does scraping for you, and then you need to set an HTTP request. If you do not know how to do that, there's many videos I covered in my channel where I develop those API requests through different tools and platforms, and one of them is Zapier, Zano, and other tools. You can go to those videos and check them out. For the sake of it, I'll show you one of the things here. I'm not gonna demo that because RapidAPI is not integrated into Zapier. So this is the scraping ant, and this has 2 endpoints here, post HTML scraping and get HTML scraping. You can see here all the needs, the parameters that you need to provide it. Some of them are optional, some of them are a must. And then you can here see the code snippet. So basically when you do a request on Zapier or any other tool like Postman, you need to know the method. The method is here, it's get. You need the URL is here. You need the parameters. This is the parameter, which is basically URL, and then you provide it with the URL you're trying to scrape yourself. And then you have the headers. So the headers are the API key by RapidAPI. So that's the key here. And then the API host. This is pretty much how this one works. Now let's move to the more interesting ones. So Apify is something like RapidAPI. You can say Apify is a competitor of RapidAPI. So just for you to understand the concept of the actor, let's go to the store. So there's a marketplace in Apify, and you can see all sort of different types of actors or API basically. Okay, let's find something, a web scraper. And this is by Apify. So this is simply what we want. We want to scrape the web. Okay, and what you need to do here, so I've tested this in the past. So I have a URL here. And what you do is you provide the URL and just hit run. Now, why this is preferred over RapidAPI for me working with Zapier, because you do not need to worry about anything when it comes to authentication API and that sort of thing. You just authenticate your account of Apify on Zapier, and that's it. So let's do that to take a quick look. So this is an actor, you give it a URL, and you will end up with some kind of scraped content. Okay, so let's go to Zapier and start building the demo there. So this is Zapier, and I created something simple. I will not go through it, but basically it's something that triggers every day. So let's assume we're going to scrape a website every day. And then I'm leveraging Perplexity AI, and Perplexity AI, if you don't know it, it's an AI-based search engine. And my only reason of using this here is I want to get a URL that I can use in following steps. So basically I'm asking it to look for a blog that is about AI news. So hit continue, and then here we'll just test it. And you can see we got a response with a URL, a single URL, and that's what we're looking for. So for now, do not get bothered with this one. This is something I'm keeping till the end, and this is my scraper of choice that I will reveal at the end. So here we can add a step. So now we have a URL, and we search for Apify, and you can see Apify. That's why it's great. So Apify is here, it's already integrated. The event is I want to run an actor. Continue, select an account. My account is already integrated. If your account is not integrated, you can do it very simply. Hit sign in. It will give you a screen where you need to insert an API key. If you go to Apify itself and you go to settings here, and then you go to integrations, you can have your API personal API token. You can just copy it, paste it into that window that Zapier gives you, and then sign in, and you're good to go. So let's go back to Zapier now. Continue. Now I need to select the actor. Let's just search because there's so many actors here. Website content crawler. No, it's the web scraper. This is the one that we were looking at. Good. And here it's already done and designed for you. This is the great thing about Apify with Zapier. The only thing you need to provide it with is the URL that it needs to scrape. And here I will just give it the outcome of the Perplexity step. So looking at everything here, you do not need to bother by it. So there's the page function that explains things for you. You can look at it if you're interested, but your actor is connected and ready to go with only one criteria that you need to provide, which is the URL, which we got from the Perplexity step. And now we can continue and we can test and see the results. Now we got a result back. So it scraped the website. So this scraper by Apify is a basic scraper. So it's just getting some URLs, some text from the website, nothing much, nothing that personally I need in my content. But if we go and use a more serious actor on Apify, probably it will be paid. Then you will get full-fledged kind of scraping, and there are complex things that you can find on that store. Now, the fourth tool is again a tool that integrates with Zapier, and it's called Browse AI. This is, I would say, a next level of scraping and would apply for people with specific needs and something really extreme beyond just scraping a page, text, content, doing more serious things, more about maybe training models or machine learning or even building up databases. I will not demo it. I'll just show you that it exists on Zapier. If you have like something really extreme in terms of needs, this is the way to go. So here, once you log in, you will see two types of robots that you need to train and create before you create a workflow. One of them is made to extract structured data, and then the other one is made to monitor site changes. So you can use this potentially to not spy, but I would say keep an eye for your competitors' public information, which they made public. And once there's a change, you can act on it. You can automate the action. So you'll have to create a robot here. So for example, let me show you just a quick example without a full detailed demo. You click on it, you put the link here. If your website has a login, you'll have to check this checkbox and then start training your robot. This is a process, very easy, intuitive. You go through, and by the end of it, you can start creating workflows that does this repetitively in a way that you define for your robot. And once you have a robot established, at least two, I think is the minimum, you can go to workflows. And here you can see workflows will be available to you when you have at least 2 active robots. And there's videos that will show you step by step how to set all this up. Once you have that, you can go and integrate it into Zapier. I'll show you how it appears in Zapier, but it's pretty much as easy as Apify. You'll do the work here just to train your robot, and then you go and run it through Zapier. Again, remember, this is a high-end scraping operation. This is not your standard scraper. I definitely do not need that today. I might in the future, but just to give you a quick look at the subscription, these are the options you have. So as a starter, it's a $19, professional $99 per month, and as a team, $249 a month. So this is professional type of scraping. You do it if you will make money out of it. Let's put it that way. Before I go to my tool, I will just show you, if we go back to apps and events, if I want to change Apify and go to browse, you will see it here. So browse AI is here. You can select it. If you have robots created and workflows created, you can simply run them from Zapier, put them in your automations or application or systems, and you have amazing scraping, next level scraping right into your automation. Now, last but not least, the tool that I decided to choose to use for my scraping needs is a tool I created. I'm not gonna sell it. I'm not selling anything here. It is something that you might be interested to recreate yourself. I'm not gonna cover how I built it, but I can tell you ChatGPT gave me step by step how to do that. Now, I looked at all these tools. Some of them were either much less than what I need or much more extreme than what I need. And in nearly all the cases, there was money to be paid. And honestly, for me to be able to do everything I do on YouTube, I need lots of licenses. So I'm very picky in anything I pay for. This is one of the things where I thought maybe I can do this for free. If you are interested in this and a specific detailed video on how to build this tool for you, write me a comment in the comment section and I'll be more than happy to do it for you. So let me just show you a snippet of my VS Code. So this is my code that I created. It's literally 62 lines. It is leveraging a specific library, which is BeautifulSoup, well known in Python for web scraping, basic web scraping, and this is what I need. I built that code, I uploaded that code to Azure, it became live as an application, deployed, and I use a Flask, basically an endpoint, to do the scraping. I do it on Zapier through a custom webhook that you will see now. For me, this works really well, and it is something that you can do for yourself just by prompting ChatGPT and going step by step. So now I'm gonna actually use my scraper, and with this I'm gonna hit continue. You can see this is a webhook by Zapier and it's a custom request. Hit continue, and basically this is the URL for the scraping, which I will hide. It's my URL here. I need to put a URL, so let's select the URL we got from Perplexity. So that's URL here, and then I can hit simply continue for the endpoint, and then I can test it, and it will go run my application and get me the scraped content. You can see I have the scraped content here. It didn't update yet, it will refresh. So you can see it ran successfully and I got the scraped content. So for me, I want the text out of the website. So apparently Perplexity didn't give me something. I wanted an AI blog. It gave me the best 100 AI blogs, which is useful information. And this scraped the whole thing for me. So you can see I have everything on that page, all the text, and it is really interesting and useful. By this stage, you have at least 4 tools you can go now and use and experiment with in your automation or day-to-day use. And still, you have an idea for a 5th one that you can work with ChatGPT and create your own tool that fits exactly your needs. With this, I really hope that this video brought you some value. If it did, please consider liking the video, sharing it with others who might benefit out of it. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you keep getting notified by my most recent videos once I drop them. And with this, if you're watching so far, thank you very much. Have a great day and goodbye.